this is Chris from Infernal Majesty, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt.
Hey, this is Jeremy Kling from Inhuman Condition and Venom Inc., and you are watching Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt.
This is the Crypt from Metal-O-Mania. I got my headphones on and my dick in your cat. Let's party. It's time to metal.
Hey, it's Vlad from Crisis here with the Crypt, and you listen to Metal-O-Mania, motherfucker. Yeah!
Hail to the king, baby.
Project Insight requires insight.
Oh, that feels good.
Like, how can it be if something is bad, it's shit? If something is really good, it's the shit. I would have never guessed that. I had to study that shit. So important, the article. Like if I give shit to you, that means that that I'm telling you off. But if I give a shit, then I care. And if I take shit, then I accept that you are bullying me. But if I take a shit, I take a shit.
But it is not a statement of fashion. It's a statement of malicious intent.
He shot people. He killed people. It's against the law. And he broke that law many, many times. Now, I don't like him any more than you do, but here's the thing. He's not a common criminal. He's not malicious in intent.
Hey, what's up? This is Guillermo from Angelus Patria. I'm here with the Crypt and Metal-O-Mania.
I'll bet your hot ass would love some cold cream.
And we go from breaking things with those badass jams, man. I'm telling you, 2023 is shaping up to be just a fantastic year for metal. And it's going to be we're only halfway through, so it's getting better and better. And I'm always happy to talk to my friends about the state of metal. And I have an amazing one with me right now. What's up, Kevin? How are you tonight, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
I so appreciate your time. Very, very much. Very, very much.
You know, I've been looking forward to this all week.
For starters, how you been, brother? How you been?
I'm good. You know, I'm staying busy. Can't complain, really. You know.
Right on. Right. Hey, I complain often, but they just literally physically abuse me around here. But that's a story for another day. But
you poor baby.
You know, all of our Metal-O-Maniacs out there, they're very knowledgeable when it comes to metal, so they, of course, know who you are already. But for those stragglers out there, man, give them a brief introduction, if you don't mind.
Well, my name's Kevin Huffnagel. I currently play in the bands Gorguts, Dysrhythmia, Veldun, and another band called Vora. So,
and
always got a lot on my plate.
Yeah, I was going to say, on top of doing regular in-person guitar lessons, regular virtual guitar lessons, you're a cat that stays busy.
Definitely, yeah. It's all music, you know, so it's all good. I'm just pretty much doing music all day, all the time, you know.
Fuck yeah.
I love this shit.
Yeah.
Hey, right, what's the old saying, right? If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, right? So,
yeah, I mean, like I always say, yeah, it does. I mean, it is work. I mean, I get tired, you know, it makes me tired, but I love it, you know. There's no better use of my time.
Right on. The physical limitations, and may they stay in the distance for as long as they can. Right?
I think about that a lot, actually. I mean, my hands do, you know, I get paranoid that I'm getting arthritis all the time because my fingers do hurt sometimes.
I'm a mild hypochondriac.
Well, we're not getting any younger, but again, that's a whole nother show. We'll talk about another, you know.
These soft, fruity baby boomers.
I do want to point out and give a shout out to my main man, Jeff, from Gas Masks and Hand Grenades, of course, which you and I had the good fortune of hanging out and breaking down the death. Wasn't that the death breakdown, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. The deep dive on death. So all of you cats out there, go out and watch that. That's over on Gas Masks and Hand Grenades channel on YouTube, and sub them up while you're over there. Big fan of those cats, Jeff, and what he's doing over there. So that's how I got to meet you, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Jeff's a great guy.
Dude, people love that guy. They love him.
And my opening gun question, my opening salvo, if you will, how's it feel to be a part of the 32nd longest song in metal history, man?
It's pretty cool, huh?
30, is that true? Did you look that up?
As best as my research has provided me, and trust me, I've done way too much on the topic today. It looks as though it's the 32nd longest song in metal history. Yes,
I think it's 32 minutes long, isn't it?
It almost exactly 33. It's 32:59. It's almost exactly 33 minutes. Yeah.
It was a pretty long time.
And for those who don't know, we're of course talking about Pleiades Dust from the 2016 EP, which that's the song. That is the EP. Yeah. That song is the EP. So yeah.
The one song you get.
Give me a little insight into that, man. That's kind of a unique approach. So.
Yeah, I mean, I remember after Colored Sands, there was a number of years, you know, where we just toured for that record and just talked a lot about
a great release, by the way. I love Colored Sands. Yeah.
Yeah, we Luke he's very conceptual, you know. Usually it takes him like a couple of years after one record's done to kind of figure out what the next direction should be or what the next lyrical topic should be based on and stuff. And
your brain needs to reboot.
Yeah, and once Luke had the idea for Pleiades Dust, it all kind of happened pretty fast. Like he wrote it pretty quick, and then all of us kind of wrote our parts to it pretty quick, and we got it together like in kind of an amazing amount of time.
With a momentum that is unstoppable.
But yeah, we record. I mean, it's a pretty live record. I mean, not so much the guitars. Luke and I went back and retracked a lot of things and overdubbed all sorts of layers and things. But the rhythm section stuff, Patrice and Colin, the bass and drums is like a lot of that is like really long stretches of live takes.
Oh, that's awesome. Actually,
there's no click track either. You know, there's parts where things rush. You know, it's just. I feel like we did a pretty good job capturing some live energy on that record too and stuff. You know,
very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm so happy with the way that one came out. Yeah.
What a unique approach, man! In so many ways, actually. Honestly, the layering of it with some studio and live footage together. I mean, audio together to make it what is a very cool final project. You know, a final product. You know, very cool.
I highly recommend it.
It was fun to make. Yeah, it was a fun record to make.
Were you like, hey man, we're just gonna go make this long ass fucking song and it's gonna be the whole thing? Was was there any giggling at all? Like, ha ha ha, we're gonna just do a one song thing.
No. I mean, I'm a fan of all all those prog bands that have done that.
Right.
Either one full album that's just one song, or one side of a record that's just one song. And I was really curious to see how we could pull it off. And
It's our version of Escape.
I mean, it's got its chapters. I mean, it's
for sure.
It's got things in it that feel like their own little songs within a song, sort of thing.
Right, their little venture on the journey. That kind of right, exactly.
Yeah.
Stay with me, because it's got a lot of different parts.
But there's themes that kind of keep reoccurring throughout the record, musical themes and things.
That pulls it back into the.
That make it sound cohesive, hopefully.
For sure, I definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool little journey of a song, actually. It's almost. It would be akin to like a concept album if you were to make all the little mini songs separate. You know what I mean? But it just pulled into one, and kind of a.
Yeah, and it was really performing it live, which we did a lot of. Was really fun, really. I mean, challenging at first, but then once we kind of got, did it a few times, it was really, really nice because it's a very dynamic piece. There's lots of ups and downs and quiet parts and really intense fast parts. And I remember the first time we did a whole tour performing that record before it was released, actually.
Awesome.
So that was interesting because we were playing it to, it was in Europe, and it was like a whole month long tour, and every night we were playing the whole thing to people I'd never heard it before because it hadn't even come out yet.
Awesome.
And it was interesting to see how people reacted to that. And I remember the first actual performance of that record was at a pretty big metal fest in Norway called Inferno Fest. And we weren't like the headliners or anything. It was just, we were just kind of towards the end of the night, but not the main thing, So I think our set time was only 35 minutes or 40 maybe. So all we did was just play These Dust as our set for the first time, And I was nervous before that set.
Are we really doing this?
But it went okay,
awesome.
I guess. Yeah.
I find that to be super fucking cool, man. Well, that leads to a question. Was it already recorded in the studio prior to it just wasn't released? Like, did the live feedback lead to any tweaking of what would be the studio reverse?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm pretty smart too.
God, I guess, no, it had to be already recorded.
Okay.
I can't remember. That's crazy. I can't remember if the record was already recorded at that point. It had to be. Jeez, my memory is pretty bad.
No, hey, I share that.
No, I'm sure the record was done already at that point, and then we were just waiting for the label to put it out.
I don't know. My memory ain't so great.
Yeah, because it came out that year, 2016. Yeah, it was already done. We must have had it already recorded.
Dig it, okay.
So anyway, live performances didn't affect what we did in the studio at all.
Dig it. Okay, right on.
Well, that answers my question.
Right on. Because I've had the good fortune of talking to some crazy good comedians in this chair, and it's funny how that's kind of a thing where I've always joked about that being the main difference between metal and comedy, even is that in metal you put the record out and then you go out and support it. In comedy you go out and support it and then you tweak it to what's good and then you put the that out. So
yeah.
I wondered how had that been your approach, I guess.
You got your own thing going.
We did that with the Colored Sand songs. We played a number of those songs live before we recorded the album. I think we just played them as instrumental versions primarily, like back in 2010 when the band kind of became active again and we started playing shows again. We did at least three songs that would end up on Colored Sands live, with just instrumental versions, just to kind of practice them in front of a crowd and also just see how people would react to the new material, and it was positive, so we felt pretty good about the material going in to record it, yeah.
It's finely tuned.
Right. That gives you puts you in a unique position there, even of being able to kind of, you already got some feedback from the live audiences and stuff. That's kind of neat.
Of course it's neat. What's wrong with neat? I like neat.
Yeah.
On both. How did you come to be a part of the Gorguts project, if you don't mind? Kind of give me a little bit about it, where you came from and how you walked into this project, sir.
What happened? How did this happen? Where'd you find them?
Well, I was already, a big fan, primarily of the, Obscura and From Wisdom to Hate.
I have to say, as am I. I don't mean to cut you off, but holy crap, Gorguts is hugely important to me. So yeah, go ahead.
Fucking love that shit. Totally.
Yeah, I mean, I like all the records. But I remember when Obscura came out, that was around the time I was just starting my instrumental band, THERE, and, I was, just super blown away by Obscura. And anyways, I was already a fan. And then turns out it's all thanks to Steve Hurdle, the other guitar player on Obscura, that I even got to be part of the band, because he was a THERE fan. And I had never met Steve. I never got to meet him in person. So I had no idea that he liked
the band.
My band, and then I guess when Luke decided to reform the band, Steve showed him a YouTube video of THERE playing live. Luke was already aware of Colin, the bass player in THERE, but he wasn't aware of me. And then when he saw that we were both in the same band, and he can kind of get us both as a pair, because we both live in Queens, and we both live in the same neighborhood, and we're in the same band, and we've been writing music already together for years and years in THERE. So
that's
I remember getting the message from Luke and I kind of didn't believe it was him at first, kind of thing,
Hey, is this a prank call?
Yeah, I mean, we both said yes right away, and
holy shit, yes please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to write music with Luke. I mean, we're very much on the same page.
Yeah, and that guy's he's a wild dude, man. Got the creativeness to him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And rest in peace, Steve. By the way, I don't want to over.
Oh man, yeah. I mean,
what a loss, brother. Yeah.
Totally. I mean, I would have loved to see what else that guy would have done musically. He didn't put out. There's not enough music out there with him. It's sad.
Right. Yeah. Too early, man.
Yeah, only the good die young.
This ride is a brutal motherfucker. So there's no doubt about that, man. And the goodbyes are the worst shit that there is. So.
I know there's nothing worse.
So you've been a part of this thing for a lengthy piece of time now.
Yeah, I mean, 15 years, I guess, at this point now.
Good grief.
I know. Yeah.
A long time ago.
Time fucking flies, right?
That it does, brother. That it does. So you put these two things out, man. Tell me a little bit about being on the road. Have you been able to do that very much since can we call the pandemic over? We can call it over, right? I mean, I think we can safely say that, hopefully.
I think most people are feeling.
I'm over that shit.
Yeah. We're feeling that way now. Yeah.
I'm going to knock on wood real quick here, but.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
Tell me a little bit about what's going on right now in your musical universe.
So yeah, I mean, the past few years, there hasn't been much touring or live activity with any of my bands, but I played a couple, THERE played a couple shows here and there throughout the past few years, but no tours. But Gorguts recently played that Decibel Fest in Philly, and that was our first show back in over 6 years or something, and that went really well. It was awesome. We were all really happy to play again and play for people again, and we're stoked. So now we have a tour coming up in October, late September, all the way to end of October. So a large package tour with Cannibal Corpse and Mayhem and Blood Incantation, and I believe we're second on the bill of those 4 bands. So that's going to be a pretty wild tour.
That's going to be outstanding. Tell me you're hitting the East Coast, man? Are you going to come through the Philly, Washington zone and all that?
Please say yes.
Man, no, it's kind of a weird routing. I think because Cannibal Corpse tours so much.
Yeah, they do.
We're not. Yeah, so we're not playing a lot of major cities like Chicago or Austin or LA or Seattle or any. It's more like sort of these what I guess they consider secondary markets or something. So I mean that will be interesting playing. There'll be some cities I've never been to before that we're going to be playing. Yeah, but it's kind of skipping over the Mid-Atlantic. I mean there's Pittsburgh and then there's North Carolina, and then there's New York, but there's no Philly or DC or Baltimore or anything.
Whoa.
Well, that sucks.
So what is the status of the band right now? I know that as we kind of move into the fall, you guys got some tours, and you're not going to do Maryland, which I will talk about that later. But
we actually are. We are.
Oh,
tell me more.
Yeah, we're doing MDF next year.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'll definitely see you there.
Oh, okay. You're talking about Maryland for the tour. Yeah. So we're not in Maryland on the Cannibal tour, but yeah, we'll do MDF next year, and that will we'll have a longer set at that anyway. So.
Right, I'll get a more full taste of Gorguts at the MDF.
I can't wait to get there.
I'm so glad that that's coming back, man, because this year not having it. I was at the last one, of course, and with the Thralls of Metal guys, by the way, shout out to those guys, and I'll definitely be at the next one, so I'll see you there for sure, brother.
Cool.
I'll see you there.
Man, you know, that's a good time. That's a good festival to be a part of. Have you played that before?
Yeah, we've played it twice, 2010 and 2014.
Oh, killer.
Yeah.
That's a good time, man. I was there last year.
I've been to some of the other ones just to go to, as well. So I think I've been to MDF like at least 5 times now, I guess.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Being in my backyard, I almost have to go. Yeah, I don't want to get into it, actually, but I was right next to where that dude fucking killed himself last year.
God, I heard about that. It sounded awful.
Crazy, dude. I was like literally right there from where he landed. It was nuts.
That's awful.
That shit was crazy.
What up, Metal-O-Maniacs? Don't go anywhere. We got more with Kevin from Gorguts coming up after a few new metal jams for you that you absolutely need in your life. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, hang out some more. Hit it.
What would you be doing if you weren't out making yourself a better citizen?
Yes, you cannot bash in the head of an American citizen without written permission from the State Department.
It tormented me, and I shot it.
Children of hell, twisted masses of living, breathing, tormented flesh.
Wee! Wee!
Free your mind.
Whoa. Hey there, Metal-O-Maniacs. Tonight on Metal-O-Mania, we got Kevin on the show. So in his honor, let's play some old school Gorguts. And make sure you tune in to the Crypt and Scully only on your mom. This is the Titty Tugger Twister. Love y'all.
Come on, old school, let's do this.
the old school shit.
That darn fly. He's disappeared again. I've got to get rid of him before Fred gets home. He can't stand flies in the house.
Your master?
Satan, the Lord of Flies, the fallen angel.
Yeah, man. Let's clean them ganja seeds before daylight comes and me wanna go home.
love your perfume. What is that? The stench of death?
I fucking love the jams they play at Metal-O-Mania, and they get great guests too. Make sure you support these bands and pick up their latest material. Now, let's get back to the studio with the Crypt and Kevin from Gorguts. Also, make sure to check out Thralls of Metal, where we have killer content all the time.
What about the status of the band itself? Is there new material in the works? How's that? Where do you guys?
Yeah.
Best question you've asked all night.
Yeah, I mean, Luke's we're kind of let Luke lead the way. He's got some new riffs. He showed me last time we had rehearsal.
Well, that dude is a riff machine. So
yes, he is.
Yeah. I mean, I think the primary focus right now is the tour. But then after that, we're doing MDF, but we've kind of discussed amongst ourselves that like no more tours, because we're not really trying to do a lot of touring right now, because really we got primary focus is like make a new record, and then tour,
Let's get our ducks in a row before we go hunting.
Yeah, that's kind of the status right now is, just getting prepared for the fall tour. And then, since we'll be on tour together for a month, I'm going to be nudging, show me some more riffs, Luke,
Yeah, right, yeah. What do we do?
I mean, I never write music on the road, but I don't know. Could be interesting to try.
Never say never.
Just write. See if we can write some stuff together on the. I don't know what we'll be traveling in, but whatever we're traveling in. But yeah, I mean, I think winter. Next winter will be when we really kind of focus on writing the next record.
Digging into it. Right.
That's definitely the plan. Yeah.
Right. Being the tail end of this year, you mean, or the tail end of next year?
Tail end of this year.
That's right. You're gonna mark the calendar.
Well, I'm fucking very much looking forward to that, man. I won't lie to you. That'll be something I'll highlight, and I'll try to get you to come back on the show to talk to me about it when the time comes, of course. So,
Yeah, I'm curious too. I have no idea what's gonna.
I'm sure it will be lovely.
We've kind of talked a little bit about direction, just conceptually. I think since the last one was a long progressive, one song, massive thing. I think maybe next we'll do something more like shorter, faster songs or something.
Maybe it's something completely different.
Gut punch death metal, yeah. That.
Oh yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, we've talked about I don't want to say too much because there's really no new songs yet.
Right.
We talked about bringing.
It's speculative at this point, right?
Yeah, but we talked about bringing in a little bit of some more of the old school elements again, but just reapproaching them with how can we make this new again? But bring back a little bit of some of the more old school elements.
I'm going back to my roots.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see how it turns out. I'm curious, just as curious as other people are.
Yeah, right on. Bring the HM2 with you, baby. Let's do some metal.
Is that a chainsaw?
I'm curious. I know you're a guy that does a lot of teaching, a lot of guitar teaching. Do you do that while you're on the road, or is that something you kind of shut down while you're?
Yeah, usually don't. But I have done some in-person lessons on tour. I have quite a few students now, and. Usually on tour, yeah. I mean, I'll usually be passing through at least a couple of towns where I have some students, and
Face to face at last.
Touring's weird, It's like every day's kind of the same, but also at the same time, you never know what's going to happen every day. You could break down. Also, so it's hard to schedule.
For sure, right.
I usually have enough to worry about, like on tour. The main focus is playing the show, so usually I don't, do the lessons on the road. But occasionally, there might be a day where, maybe we're passing through one of my students' hometowns, and it won't be a long drive, and like sure, just meet me at the venue, and we'll actually have an in-person lesson, because sometimes it's people that I've only ever done lessons on Zoom with, so it is cool to actually play together in person,
That is super cool, actually. I got to imagine for a student that is if I was a student of yours and I got to hit up like, hey, I'm going to be in your town, you want to do an in-person thing, I got to imagine that'd be pretty cool.
Very cool stuff, Boom.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, I love all my students. They're all great. I'm pretty lucky right now, I think, with my roster of students. They all genuinely interested in the instrument, and they practice, and some of them playing bands and are doing creative things. So it's cool.
That's awesome. Are you a proponent of the 10,000 hour theory? That you're an expert if you practice for 10,000 hours, you can reach expert level.
No matter what it is.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I wrestle as a teacher sometimes with just things like like I'm very trained as a musician. You know, I took the lessons and took music theory and all that stuff for like a long time.
I learned it the hard way.
And a lot of my students come to me because they're kind of self-taught. They're not beginners, they're just self-taught, but they don't know what they're doing, and they kind of want to know about these things, and I'm happy to show them. And I do think there's creative things you can do with music theory, and it definitely it doesn't hurt to know that stuff. Like,
for sure, yeah.
I'm here to help anyone in my listening audience who wants to come to a deeper understanding.
But I also don't think like you have to know those things to be a legitimate musician or whatever, to write creative, interesting music at all, you know? So I just think if you just have if you're just passionate about it and you just want to play all the time, then you'll be great at what you do, you know?
Right.
Boy, that is inspiring.
How did that come about for you, man? Was that something you knew that you wanted to do from the start? Because, well, I guess give me a little bit about you. Tell me about picking up the guitar and your love for it, if you don't mind, man. So, obviously, it's something that you've literally devoted your life to. I don't think I'm overstating it to say that. So, how'd you fall in love with the instrument?
Well, I just did music around the house through, you know, records my mom would play. Mainly my mom, who was like kind of the big music fan in the family, and she was just always, you know, buying records and playing them around the house, and I liked a lot of what I heard.
Give me a flavor. Give me like what?
Well, like a lot of like classical music.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, and sort of like disco and soul and.
WZAZ in Chicago, where disco lives forever.
First thing I heard with guitar in it that kind of blew my mind was, and I think this is the case for a lot of people around our age, especially my age, I think, was hearing "Beat It," you know, from Michael Jackson. The riff is great too, but especially the Eddie Van Halen guitar solo in the song. Yeah, I know. I just got into music as a, you know, just a fan of music like pretty early on, and at a pretty young age, I already was like buying magazines and like listening a lot to the radio and watching MTV, and
I want my MTV!
Just a total music nerd, even from like a super young age. So then eventually my mom got me my own guitar when I was around 10. And,
why the guitar over, say, a drum set or a bass, perhaps?
No, I think I knew I wanted to play guitar. I mean, she had a guitar already, like a classical guitar that I was already picking up and sort of just banging on just to, yeah, no, I was doing just, it was just fun to play on it or whatever. And yeah, so she realized that.
Play rock star before you knew how to play it, yeah.
Well, definitely, I did the whole jumping around the house with the tennis racket thing. When my parents were out, I'd put on, you know, Iron Maiden or whatever and pretend like I was, you know, in the band playing a show and jumping off the couch. I totally did that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Few realize how the tennis racket was almost everyone's first instrument, you know? Yeah. Great point.
Yeah, I think she could, you know, see, both my parents could see that I was really drawn to the guitar, so they got it for me and got me one, and yeah, signed me up for lessons. I don't think I even asked for lessons. They were just like, obviously you should take lessons. So when I was happy to, and yeah, I stuck with the lessons thing all the way up until I was 21. I eventually ended up going to college for music, for jazz guitar. I was studying classical guitar kind of outside of college with another private teacher, and so yeah, I never wanted to be kind of like one type of guitar player. I just wanted to learn as much as I could from all styles of music and guitar, and just kind of try to find my own voice with it. You know, just take my favorite things about every style that I was studying and kind of fuse it into my own thing, hopefully.
Well, success on that, man. I mean, you got a wider range of projects with a wider range to things to say with that guitar, with that instrument. So yeah, success on that.
Yeah.
Your mission is a complete success.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I just feel like, you know, I have so many different moods, you know, and there's kind of, or just feelings inside, I feel like, you know, and I need different types of music, you know, I need to have these different types of musical projects to express all those feelings.
I have a lot to say.
Is that why the guitar then? Because I've heard many say it's the most emotive of instruments that you can play, perhaps alongside the piano maybe, which of course
I don't know.
shares structure, but yeah.
I think it depends on who's playing it, but yeah, I mean, to me the most emotive, I don't know if I've ever heard a guitar, I don't know if there's a guitar player that's ever like made me like weep listening to their playing, like, but there's singers that have.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
And even strings, like cellos and things. I feel like those, to me, those are kind of the instruments that have kind of like touched me the most, maybe emotionally or something when I.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe I know what you are saying.
For me as a guitar player, I love to listen. I like to be influenced by vocalists too. In fact, something I do with my students sometimes is make them figure out vocal melodies on guitar, because you can learn a lot by. I think it's great to learn music written on other instruments for learn them on guitar, because it'll make your guitar playing more unique. I think,
right.
Especially learning like vocal melodies on guitar, because vocals are all about like phrasing and pacing and leaving space, and I think a lot of guitar players kind of forget that you can leave space sometimes when and stuff like that,
But it's a good lesson.
Are you fooled? Is that something that students out there who, if somebody's out there right now thinking, "Oh man, I'd love a lesson or two with Kevin," is that something you still take resumes for, or are you fooled up?
Sign me up.
No, I'm always kind of anyone who wants to reach out to me, that they're welcome to. My calendar's getting pretty full lately.
I can imagine, certainly, especially with some touring coming up for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm always, some people I've taught for like going on 7 or 8 years now. Other people, are already super experienced and maybe only want to have a one-off lesson. So I'm always, I'm always open to it. If I have the time, I'll fit people in. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, let me run that code down here at the bottom. How can people get a hold of you and say, "Hey, I'd love to get a lesson from you"?
I have a .com site. I should probably update it more, but there is a kevinhuffnagel.com, and there's a section on that website where they can there's a lessons section on that site where they can email me.
Awesome. There you go. That'll be right there on the bottom of the screen. There you go. So if you're out there and you're thinking, "Oh, I would love a lesson with this cat,"
Yes. You want to make an appointment? Great.
reach out to them. You never know. You could be learning, picking up some strings and having a good time, and sitting here over Zoom having a good time with them, just like I am right now, man.
And you can too.
What are you listening to right now?
What am I listening to? Man, whenever people ask me that question, I'm like, always draw a blank.
I can't remember.
Well, there's so many things. Honestly, it's been a fantastic year. Let's be honest. For metalheads, it's been these last 3 years, I want to say, have all been successive banner years for metal. It's
I do think metal's gotten more exciting again in the past 10 years. I feel like
absolutely,
I feel like in the mid to later 90s and even into the 2000s, there was kind of a lull there, at least for me personally. And I felt like around the later 2000s, 2010, things started to kind of get interesting again.
It just got good again.
Let's listen. I feel like, production's gotten better again, maybe. More metal bands are sounding a little bit more organic again. Of course, there's still a lot of the super fake sound replace kind of productions, but
Those guys sucked ass.
And same thing with artwork. I feel like a lot, especially with album covers, I feel like, it was really bad in the 90s with the Photoshop and stuff, every album cover looks so terrible. And now people are using painters again and things. I don't know. I feel like it's that's an improvement. Yeah.
It's back to the basics in many ways, man. It's back to the real painting art on the covers. It's back to
I meet a lot of younger metal fans that they really love they wish they were born in the 80s kind of thing and 90s, and they want to bring some of that back with their band, have the more raw production and painted album covers and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
You can do it. Bring it back.
And it shows. And I, for one, as a metalhead, am thankful for that trend,
That's good news.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good shit, man. I'm very excited about what's going to be the next phase of things. I'm very excited to see where you go, to see at Maryland Death Fest. I'm very excited to see what will be an eventual next release kind of thing because, let's be honest, Colored Sands was a minute ago. So,
yeah, or 10 years ago now.
It's a long fucking time, right? I mean,
yeah, very crazy, right? Does it seem that way, or was it just 12 seconds ago?
No, yeah. I mean, it's funny. It seems like a long time ago because actually the recording. I mean, the record came out 10 years ago, but it was actually recorded. We started recording in 2011, February 2011.
Wow.
And the songs were already done in 2010, so it's so it does feel like a long time ago on one hand. But at the same time, when I think back to the tours we did for that record and stuff, it seems like yesterday. It does not seem.
Yeah. I mean, I bought it when it came out, and it doesn't. To me, it certainly doesn't seem like 10 years ago. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, man. Well, that's awesome, dude. For real, Kevin. I can't tell you how much it means to me to get you to sit down with me and spend some time. And I'm such a huge fan of the Gorguts project. I will definitely see you in person. That'll be me up front with the cane waving and from So I look forward to that, brother. Very much.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to MDF too. I'll see you there.
Count on it.
Kevin, I appreciate you being here with us for it, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. What's up, everybody? This is Kevin from Gorguts, and you're watching Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully. What's up, everybody? This is Kevin from Gorguts, and you're watching Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully.
Wait a minute. How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Universal scales tip toward balance because of your sacrifice.
Chosen by the elders to kill. One chosen by the elders to die. Summoned for sacrifice. Taken to a dungeon where others have perished before him. Enveloped in fear and silence. Arms and legs are shackled. Awaking in the dark and cold. The time has now arrived. By sentence and exterminated. Until the news starts to blow. Insects lives cannot complain. One by one they'll mutilate him. When rising and they'll take their turn. Removing pieces of his body and into separate deliveries of blood. One comes from the foot above the echo as the blood begins to spray. The second one acts on the head and the rest. The third one does the same. The fourth one starts from the underfoot. The fifth one is awake. The sixth one checks on one of his own. One much of him remains. Those two dead when liquid fall. In a few minutes you'll be over. When those in it, they'll take their turn. Removing pieces of his body from into some to embrace the Lord. Until he breathes no fucking more. Solid for sacrifice. Chosen by the elders to kill. One chosen by the elders to die. Summoned for sacrifice. What is what's happening, no one knows. They seem to what they're told. One by one they'll mutilate him. When rising and they'll take their time. Removing pieces of his body and into some good ways no more. The seventh one severs the other leg. Without thinking he'll explode. The agent takes care of the remaining arm. Blood is left untorn. The tenth one calls on the face of the viewers. Continuity is almost gone. The 11th one strikes both of the eyes. The 12th one plunges still into the heart. Close to death when liquid flow. In a few minutes you'll be over. 13th one will decapitate. When rising and they took their time. Removing pieces of his body and bring to someone to bring the
Just like me, he's never had anyone to sacrifice anything for him because the whole world wrote him off as a piece of shit a long time ago.
The more that you complain, the more we'll go hard. We know you're the one that calls the cops. They politely wave to our face. Not my problem. We'll be the last one to leave this place. Fuck the neighbors. Fuck your yard. The more that you complain, the more we'll go hard.
Hey, this has got to end, boys. You guys are fucking up my schedule.
It just took my money.
Hey, it's Mike Bozier with Crush Human. Keep on rocking with the Crypt and Scully. They rule. And check out this new banger of a track we got.
Once again, the LAPD is asking Los Angelinos not to fire their guns at the visitor spacecraft. You may inadvertently trigger an interstellar war.
We'll be right back.
Well, the Earth blew up, and now we're all alone in space. Space.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Scully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.
Hey everybody, this is Mike with Bushido Code. You're listening to Metal-O-Mania with Crypt and Scully. Check it out.
Yo, it's Pat from Paralysis.
Yo, this is Ron from Paralysis.
You're listening to Metal-O-Mania
with the Crypt.